Hey everyone, Mike here. I'm playing a special map today. This one's called Shadowgate. I'm really thrilled to be trying this out. I haven't seen it. It's dated September of 2012, so it had to be imported. I am excited because I'm building a Shadowgate map, and I just love the game. It's just one of those games where you just love it. I played it in the past for Nintendo, and I know all the rooms, all the secrets, and I can play the game right now in my mind. And I've got it on the Game Boy. Ugh. I hope it's good. Maybe I'll get some ideas from this one to add to mine. Don't know. Don't care. I'm going to try it out. The texture pack that it didn't say what texture pack he was using, so I'm going to try SMP16 Revival. This is an outdated texture pack. So hopefully there shouldn't be too many holes in the walls, otherwise I'll have to switch to default. Alright, here it is. It looks like shit, so I should probably switch textures to something else. Hang on here. Alright, so here we are. We're going to use the original. That looks really weird over there. I don't remember. I'm gonna be thoroughly brutal on this. I see you use the glass over top. That's nice. I don't remember the castle being that out of whack, but well, we'll see. Okay, I seem to have started in creative mode. Sweet. All right. There we go. Alright, here we are, the Castle Shadowgate. I would assume this would be a... Wait a minute, actually, let's try. This is much better. This is the Steel Feathers Enchanted. This is the texture pack I'm using on my map. I've modified a few things for mine, but whatever. Alright, so here we are, the Castle Shadowgate. There's no signs. So maybe I will... Ooh, I don't have the lines for all the rooms. Well, basically you are teleported here. You are teleported here by the wizard, Lakmir, I think? I think that's the good guy. We'll find out maybe. And you've come here to stop the evil wizard, which has become the Warlock Lord. If we reach up into the dispenser, which should be a skull, there's supposed to be key 1 in the skull, but it's not there. Oh well, I thought I killed off all the bats. Whatever, we'll just have to deal with them. Well, here we are, inside a very long hallway. At this point, the wizard laughs at you. Is you foolish fool. This door's not supposed to be open. That's actually the locked door for key 1. And, you know, only thing here for you is an untimely death. Now, if I don't know if there's any torches in the, how did I know? Oh, I'm in creative mode. Now, gotta collect the torches so that we can place them later on if there's any dark areas. I'm going to leave one. Oh, friggin' bats. This one is locked. There's a switch next to it. This is door number 2, or key 2, so this switch should not be here. But we'll go in here anyways. There's nothing in here. The lower shelf should have, I believe the lower shelf has the sling, and the upper shelf has the sword. So that room is clear, I guess. Here we are into the area here. There should be the white torch, as well as key 2 to open that door in there. And if you take... Okay. If you take the book, the floor opens up. No. Okay. Here we have the... Right. Here we have the secret hole in the wall. This is a loose brick that you move out of the way. And then there's the arrow on the wall. That is impossible to get to. It always is. There should be a doorway there, not just fluff. Maybe for later. This was started in September, and don't know. Now we go through. This is why it looks weird from the outside, is because this is supposed to be a spiral staircase going down. And the fun thing of a spiral staircase, you can turn it around so that rather than have the map spread out to the side, which he's done in the beginning, you can spiral it around and have it go underneath and hide, you know, the caverns down below. So here we have the bridge that is, this is normally a pit. This is just a pit. Here we have the bridge that is broken. You use bottle 2 on that bridge to float across to it to enter the snake room, in which you would use the rod on the snake and turns it into the staff, which you need to as part 1 of 3 to defeat the Warlock Lord. So here we go, we come out here, the stone bridge. This should have this room here. Is this the one? Oh, this is the Wraith room. There is an evil wraith on the wall. That is what you use the white torch for. From the book at the beginning room, you light that torch and you throw it at the wraith. Wraith disappears. There's a cloak on the wall that enables you to get past the fire demon, which opens up into the next section. Epor. There are many strange things in this world. When you speak the magic word Epor, the rope comes down from above. Actually, no, it starts at the bottom and it stretches up to the top. Without that rope, you break your legs. So it should be much higher up. Much higher. The shelf here is normally where you find bottles, and I believe scroll 1 or scroll 2 is in there. There's a secret door right here, as you can tell by this alternate texture. Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a switch to open it, so I'm just going to have to get myself a button to open the door. There we go. In here you place one of the gems. I believe it's the blue gem. And then the wall opens up. There it is. And then there is a, there's words, or there's a guy that appears and he says, 3 to find, 1 for the something and the other because you'd really need it. And he explains about what you need to find to pass the level. Pass the game rather. Here we are in the mirror room. You shouldn't be able to see that. These 2 mirrors will kill you. The middle one leads you out to the safe spot. That door is messed up. Here we are, the coffin room. Some coffins, one coffin has slime which kills you. Is it this one? Yes, it's this one, except there's no slime in there. Another coffin has gold, and one's got the, there's a mummy. Right, that's weird. There's a mummy. Why is there no door here? That's why there's no door here. Because this hallway doesn't match up with the inside of the castle like it's supposed to. WTF. Alright, what the heck is over here? Why is there a hallway over here? Right. Well. Oh, this is the main hallway here. Okay, so that's... Well, luckily I don't have anything to worry about with a competitor. So this is the shark room. This is where you get one of the keys by freezing the water. Behind the waterfall there's a secret passageway. That's where you get the gems. Well, here we are once again. I was going to end it earlier, but I went back and looked, and it says that the map is finished 100%. So I'm going to finish it. We're going to do a run through of this. Let's go back in here and see what the gems room looked like. So you come in here, and there should be a loose stone on the wall to get gems. Of course, there's not there, so I assume it's that ledge right here. We'll just assume that we have the gems. We visited the image of the wizard who told us our mission. We have to find the orb. Well, three parts. He doesn't say exactly what 3 parts there are, but there's an orb, there's a spike, and there's a staff. And you put the staff on the spike and the orb on the spike, and something like that. So here we are. This room here. Let's see. You use the white gem in this room. I think it's the white gem. And then this dispenser appears. Here is a hole in the ground. That normally there's a ladder there, and then the ladder it gets really dark and you can't see that the ladder ends, and then you fall down to your death. In here is the dragon's chamber. Normally you can just enter the room, and then there's melted gold on the floor. There's this huge chest which you shouldn't be able to open, but you know you can. There's shield. You get the shield here, which you need to pick up first. It'll withstand about 3 or 4 shots before it melts. And then while you have the shield, then you can pick up the spear, and the helmet and bones are optional, but the spear is required. If you backtrack, you have to get that spear. There's the dragon face, I guess. Alright, so we've got our shield, sword, sling. Assuming that I went in here. Oh yes, that dragon room, that's where you get the orb, which then freezes the water, allowing you to cross safely to grab the key, which I believe is key 3 from the skeleton who died from shark. This door here. Yeah, okay, whatever. That door, normally you would come out of the main hallway into this room. You would turn to the right, and this should be the water room on this side, and that should be the dragon room on that side. So now we should still have the blue gem, which would be required in the next section. In one of these, there is the I don't know, some guy bandaged up, whatever you call him, and you set him on fire, and then the mummy, you set him on fire, and that's the staff, not staff, but it's a scepter. And then normally the exit would be over here, or rather under this thing, and that exit takes us into the mirror room. Funhouse mirrors, which is not this way. There we go. I hate this door. Not how the door goes. There. So, once you get into this room with the mirrors, you got to, oh that's right, you have to use the hammer from the dragon room to smash one of the mirrors. 2 of them say that they're mirrors, and then this one says it gives a fine reflection. Then you don the cape that you got from the wraith, and it allows you to enter this room. Now this is full of flames, which you throw the orb into. The orb froze the water, so it also freezes the flames, and it destroys the fire demon that comes out of this door because he has no flames to eat off of. Next we have this thing. This is where you find the troll. If you pick up the spear, you would use the spear on the troll, and he would fall down. You wouldn't hear him land though. This looks rather nice. I am pleased with this room because this is, so far this is one of the few rooms that looks perfect. This is where you meet the Cyclops. Now in the room with the waterfall where you get the gems, you also pick up rocks. You load a rock into the sling and you throw the rock at the Cyclops, knocking him out. You can optionally use your sword to kill the Cyclops because he will stand up after a while. In here, there should be a bucket. In the bucket, you can get the gauntlet. And I think that was all that was in there. Then we go through here, and welcome. This is actually the main, that's like an intro area. This is actually the main door to Shadowgate Castle. And here we have, alright, this room looks good. So here we have these two doors can open fine. Excuse me. Oh, this is the first door. I think the first door was supposed to be, the first door is the library and the second door is the fountain. Yeah, I think so. I'd have to go back and look. I don't remember totally. This is a table. That's how we made tables back then. Yep. And then you would use the blue gem in the wall to unlock the door, which is behind the bookcase. Here's the globe. The globe, you need a magic spell from one of the scrolls, which you should have picked up by now. I forget where it is, but it's Tarak. And a crack appears around the globe of the earth, and then you open it up, and inside there is another spell, I think. You can get the fire poker here for the Sphinx if he asks for it later. And that's everything in that room. Oh, and there's a skull in one of these rooms that he might ask for as well. Go over here. There is a cage down here. There's a creature rattling. This is a science room, chemicals and potions. And then you go down and outside. Whoa! Watch that drop. That is much lower than it should be. But anyways, you would use the gauntlet that you got in the bucket in the Cyclops room, because that's acid water. And you can't get to it without the gauntlet, otherwise it eats your hand away. Anyways, you pull the flute off of the fountain. So you've collected the flute. Then we go through the main door. Main door. This room here should actually be, this hallway should be probably twice as short, and this room should be twice as wide. So this room here is, it should be wider. This is doors 4, 5, and 6. These require keys 4, 5, and 6. This main door continues the story, so we're going to go upstairs first. This door on the right, this takes you to the spiral staircase in which has the Sphinx. Now this room seems to be blocked off for some dumb reason. So here's the Sphinx. The Sphinx asks you questions. If you answer the question properly by giving him the correct item for the riddle, it'll let you pass. Otherwise, it throws you to a random point back in the castle, in which case it just pisses you off. And he'll ask a question like, I have eyes, but I do not see. I have a mouth, but I do not speak. What am I? And that's a skull. And then we go up here, in which case this is where we would use our torches. This is the map room. There should be a, behind the painting, there would have been the star. You can't get it, there's no star here. There would have been the star. You require the star to throw at the wyvern, which is located in the next room over. So here we have, this is where the fair maiden is tied up. She turns into a wolf and kills you. So you gotta use the arrow to kill her, unfortunately, because that's the only way that you can get the spike. Get the spike in this room. So far we've got the scepter and the spike. Put the spike on the scepter, and it's like, ta-da! Two are joined. Okay, next up, The next room. In this room here this is door 4, I believe. You go in here, and this is a spiral. It's a round room. This is one of the other towers. In this room, there is a hellhound. There's actually a vial of water in the room just before the one with the fountain, where the weird chemicals are. The chemical room has holy water, and you throw the holy water at the hellhound, and it pisses off. And then there's a horn right here. You pick up the horn. You need the horn for the second last room of the game, so it's very important. You go up top, and up top there is, yes, there is the, oh, this is the rod. Right, this is the rod. And there's a wyvern up here. If you try to get it, the wyvern rips you to shreds. It's very unpleasant. But anyways, you take the rod after destroying the wyvern by throwing the star at it from behind the painting in the map room. And the rod comes out here to the balcony. And what you do is you put the rod out here somewhere. You actually put it in the corner. So I can't see where you put it. Normally you would put it there, and then a skull hand pops up and gives you the wand, which you then go back and you cross that rickety bridge to the snake, use the wand on the snake, which turns into the staff. Now, I guess I didn't pick up the staff. It's the scepter I have, not the staff. So the staff and the spike go together. Scepter goes in the next room. Down here, there's supposed to be a box of gold. If you pick up the box of gold, the floor you're standing on gives way to your weight, and you fall. It's a trap. Next room, we have the throne room. This one has a king. Should have a king sitting here. The king, you put the ring. Oh, where do you pick up the ring? The ring was found. Oh bother! I don't remember where you get the ring. Oh, the ring was. I think it was in the room with the globe. Before that, in the desk, there is a book with an important spell in it, and there's some glasses on the table. There might have been a ring in there. I'm not sure where you get the ring. I forget. I'm sorry. But you put the ring on one side, or you put the scepter in his hand, which opens the door. Then you put the ring in there, and then the chair moves backwards and allows you to go down here. Yes. Okay, here we are. This is looking pretty nice, actually. Normally, if you try to crawl under there, the ceiling falls down on you and crushes you. So that's not a good idea. Unfortunately, you can't crawl under there even if you wanted to. Here we have the room with the gargoyles. If you walk in front of them, they rip you to shreds. So you need to use the spell Illuminati, yeah. But it's illuminous or something, and it lights up the room with bright light, and they're blinded and they can't see. So to the right, oh, Motari Rizith. Motari Rizith is the book in the room with the globe, and that causes the statue to lower, which is normally in the middle here, and then when it lowers, this bridge appears, allowing you to cross. Now this room here should be much bigger. This is a huge cavernous room, because this hole right here is supposed to have a giant beast that if you walk near the hole, it pops up and kills you. This is a combination which is found in the Sphinx Room. It's written on the wall. Let's see here. I don't know if he did the. It doesn't look like he did any sort of combination at all. You're supposed to. I believe it goes this one, and then that one. So it looks like that. and then this rises up, and this is where you get the magical orb. So you take the staff from the snake, and the spike from the werewolf woman, and then the orb from that room, and that creates the Staff of Ages, which you eventually use to dispatch the Warlock Lord, though not directly. This is a well. This leads down to the end of the level, but it looks like there's a ladder down there. Okay. And there should be a door on this wall. You cannot open that door. It leads to the rest of the castle and whatnot. Normally, that switch is probably there for the big coin. In one of the bags that you collect along your way, you get 3 coins and a big coin. The copper coins are for paying the ferryman at the bottom of the well, and the big coin, this well will kill you if you jump in, but if you throw the big coin down there, then it creates a gust of wind, which allows you to survive the fall. Right. So here we are down. You would use gong, or use hammer or bell or whatever on gong, and then the ferryman appears in the boat. You give him a copper coin, and he ferries you across. Otherwise, you can drown for all he cares. Next, we have this room. This door should be closed. You should not be able to see that. So we'll just put some stuff there for now. This door should be closed. It is a skull, that's right. This is a test of your intentions. There's a sword, a crown, and a jewel. And you get the talisman. Right, the talisman. Where do you get the talisman from? Talisman was found... It was upstairs in like door 4 or 5, I think. I don't remember, but it's in that area, I think. You put the talisman in one of these 3, and it's a test to see, you know, your intentions. If you put it in the crown, then you're doing it for glory, which is not good. If you put it in the jewel, you're doing it for the money, which again is not good. But if you put it in the sword, you're doing it for honor, and then the door opens up. Otherwise, it kills you. It shoots fire at you, and you get vaporized. So here we are in the final boss room. Now this room here has, you walk in and there's thunder and lightning. I'm assuming it's supposed to be the outside area, like the back of the mountain probably, because there's this huge behemoth. The behemoth is called. Comes out of the ground, and the Warlock Lord stands on this pedestal at the front there, and he's calling him up. He's going to rule the world with this big monster. Now if you use the staff on the Warlock Lord, he can detect that, and he shoots you with a big fat laser from his staff, and it kills you. So what you gotta do is you gotta use the beam, and you shoot the behemoth. The behemoth goes crazy, and he loses his mind, and he falls into the pit. And on his way down, he grabs the Warlock Lord and pulls him down with him. So the guy goes down with the ship. It's really incredible. This looks like either Bottomless Pit or the Void, which should have been used more often. And after that, you go home, and you are greeted by the king and the queen and a bunch of guards, and they welcome you, and there's this beautiful music playing. I found some really nice a remake of it on YouTube. Excellent. And that's it, and it says thank you for saving the day and for whatnot, and that's the end of the game. So a lot of these rooms, they visually look good for the date this was made, but they're missing. There's a lot of items, or all the items are missing because it was creative mode, and they're out of order. But that's Castle Shadowgate. Thank you for watching. Good night.